welcome back to my channel. So today I'm not going to show my face because I look a mess and I really don't want to be on camera right now, but I feel like I need to do this video and I'm choosing to still do this video but not show my face so we can use this as like a podcast or something like that. So guys, there is so many people out there that really want to know themselves. They really want to get to know themselves. They want to sit quietly and figure out who they really are, but they never know where to start. So I'm thinking this video may help somebody out there because I've been on this journey of self-development, self-improvement, of trying to work on myself and trying to get my life aligned with who I am and trying to get the right people around me and trying to manifest and attract the correct people that I want around me and to eliminate all the toxicity, negative people that I don't really need in my life because they don't benefit me in any way. So I feel like if you are on that journey or if you want to start that journey, I feel like this video may help you. And if anybody that's watching this video feels like there is something that I may have missed, please drop them in the comment section below and we can all talk about it. Because I want this to be like a discussion where we can all talk and grow together. That's one of the things in my life. Like I want to be around people that are constantly growing, especially like if I have a relationship with someone, like a friendship, family, but like romantic relationships, I want it to be a relationship where it's not the same for the next 5, 10, 15 years. We are constantly growing and trying to improve each other's lives and helping each other with self-development and trying to make our lives much more richer, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at. So guys, I would say roughly maybe it was 2, 3 years ago. It could have been 2 years ago. I started this path of trying to get to know myself, right? So I started journaling, but I journaled it onto Instagram. So it was like showcase where everyone can like see what I'm saying. And I was sharing with the world bits and pieces about myself, which is what everyone does right on social media. They kind of share elements of their life. Whereas I was getting a bit more deeper than that because I like to go deep, guys. I don't like to be shallow. I like to get real deep. And I wanted to share parts of me that people don't know. And I wanted people to really know me, right? Because there's a lot of people that are around me, but they don't really know me and they don't know the things that I enjoy doing. They don't know like the little hobbies that I like to do. They don't know that. So that journal was a way of me sharing that with everyone. So let me begin, guys. So have you ever sat down and thought about who you are? Have you really sat down and really thought about it? Because God knows us, right? God knows us before we were formed in the womb. He knows everything about us. He knows how great we can be. And sometimes we can limit that. Sometimes we don't believe we can be great, right? So if we don't connect with God, how are we supposed to know who we truly are, right? So if God knew us before we were formed in the womb, what happens, right? So we're formed in the womb, right? And we believe we are the identity of our parents, right? So we believe we've got the DNA from them, from the scientific perspective, right? We have the DNA of our parents, right? And if you notice growing up, people always like to put us onto our parents. So they always like to say, you are just like your mother or you're just like your father. And whether that's in a positive or negative way, we can believe it. We can start to believe it and start to believe that we can or can't achieve certain things because of our parents, or if our parents did it, so can we. I know that not everyone is exactly the same like this, but I know that with me, I like to identify myself with what is familiar around me. Does that make sense? So um whatever I was told growing up, I very easy to believe it. So there may be somebody out there that can relate to that, and maybe they need to start checking in with themselves and thinking, do I identify with who my parents are, or do I identify with myself as an individual, as a human being? Because as humans, we're all very uniquely different, right? And we're made differently, and there's that's what makes us so unique, because we like different things, we do things differently, we have strengths, we have weaknesses, everything is different about us. We're not all in unison. Okay, we can have similarities to people, but then, some people like to give up before others, some people like to win, some people like to keep trying and trying. We're very different, and that's what makes the world very interesting. So definitely think, just ask yourself this question. So I want you guys to grab a pen and paper, right? And answer this question. Who am I? So who am I? You can write the question down now and then fill it out later, right? The next question is, what traits of me are similar to my parents or parent or caregiver? What traits make me similar? And are those traits true? That's the big question. Are they really true? Are they really you? Do they really resonate with who you really are, right? Are they really true? All right. So growing up as kids, when we're raised, right, we get labels stuck onto us, right? We get people telling us you are a good kid, or you are a bad kid, or you always listen, or you are shy, you are this, you are that. And sometimes those labels grow with us. We believe them. It sinks into our skin, into our DNA, and we believe those labels are true, and we walk through life living out those labels. Did you hear what I said? We walk through life living out those labels. So here's another question for you guys. I want you to write it down. What label was given to me as a child, but it's not who I am? The next question, am I still living out that label? That's a big, deep question. I want you to really sit and think about it. Am I still living out that label? What is my true identity? Ask yourself that. What is my true identity? Because for some people know their true identity, and then some people get to adulthood and they are trying to find that identity. And then some people reach adulthood and they realize, no, that's not my identity. This is who I am. And then when you try and live that identity, people like to pull you back like a crab in the bucket, and they like to say, no, that's not who you are. Because from a psychological perspective, right, people hold you accountable. So, how people view you is what they project onto you. Not always true, but sometimes yes. So, if they view you as a bad person, they're going to keep reminding you that you are a bad person, right? And they're going to keep sticking that label onto you. This is why we have to be free of labels. It's very important, because some people become a prisoner in their own mind, right? And because they're trying to set themselves free from labels constantly, they're being reminded by other people. And what people need to realize, if you want to break free from certain labels, you need to change your actions. So is your behavior still playing out those labels? This is why I said you have to answer the question, what are my true labels, and what do I identify as? Are those labels true? Because it's very, very easy to just get caught up in what people tell you that you are. And sometimes people are not even paying attention to this, and they're still living out the labels. They're still living it out, because as society we like to be accepted. So if we try and be something different that people in our group don't want us to be, we will fall back into the old ways to be how they want us to be. And that's literally hit close to home, because I am currently trying to change like some of my bad habits, right? And when I'm trying to change them, or when I'm voicing out what I'm going to change, there is someone that is close to me that keeps holding me accountable for my old ways. So they keep commenting on my new behavior and saying, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And then naturally I fall back into my old behavior. So whoever is in your surroundings is very, very crucial, because you have to put yourself around the right people. Are these people enabling you to live to who you truly are? That's another question. Are the people around you helping you to live out who you truly are? Because that's very, very important, guys. So, yeah. So that's one portion of it, right? Another portion of who we are is spirituality, right? So, religion or whatever people believe in defines us. So, who do you identify spiritually? That's another question. So for myself, I can't speak. I identify as a spiritual person who believes in God the Most High. That's who I am. I believe that I am a child of God. So whoever you believe you are does link to your beliefs as well. So that's another element of it. Also, we identify as our relationships with other people. So you could either be a mother, a father, a parent, a caregiver, a brother, a sister, a auntie, a uncle, a cousin, a niece, a nephew, a daughter, a son, a friend. We identify as certain people, and that if our wrong labels are put onto us, and we believe that we are not good enough to be around people or to be a good mother or father or daughter or son, it can destroy our relationships, and it will go against our identity, because if that's not who you truly are, but you're still living out those labels, you are going to lose everything. So that's another deep thing. That's another thing to sit down and think about. Another thing that identifies us is our career. And I never thought I would say this, but you know, some people, their career is everything, right? So the reason why I say career, I don't mean if you have a good job, a good paying job, or if you're working for the toppest company. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about inside. If you believe you are a hard worker, then is your job reflecting that? Is what I'm trying to say. So, for example, I never really believed in myself growing up, right? So I would believe that whatever job took me on, I should be forever grateful, because I shouldn't have got this job. So my identity in the careers that I chose was that I should be grateful, and I'm lucky I've got a job. That's what I would tell myself. So I was telling myself that, I'm not worthy, I should be grateful that I've got this job. And that's really bad, because now in life I don't think that way. But back then I did. So that would clash with who I am. So maybe that would stop me for going for my goals and going for my dreams and aspirations. So I probably wouldn't try things outside the box. I would limit myself, because I didn't see the point. Because what's the point if I'm not going to get what I want? So, guys, you have to really pay attention to your career. Like, who are you in this job? Are you, do you believe you're worthy of this, career? How do you identify yourself in your workplace? Are you a hard worker? You know, are you doing this role just by chance because you were the favorite in the company and they decided to promote you? You need to take a think about how, if you're stepping into a new position, you should step into a new position because you've worked hard to get there. You shouldn't step into a new position if you feel like you're just doing it, because it's required of you. The company expects you to do that. So check in with yourself. It's very important to align yourself correctly. I'm just trying to think what other things identify us. So with our relationships as well, you can get your identify. I keep saying identify. You can get your identity through your relationships as well. So people will see you from a different perspective to how you see yourself. And sometimes people can see you correctly, right? So how they treat you is going to be how you identify with yourself. So if someone treats you really well, then you may feel like you are worthy of love, right? If someone treats you really bad, it may be a sign that you need to look within and change something about yourself, because maybe you're not taking care of yourself as a person and people are mirroring that back to you. So we have to sometimes think, how can we improve our identity and the things around us that mirror back to us who our identity is, whether that's a false identity or a true identity. We need to start aligning with ourselves and start working on that. But can I just say, guys, when I went back to the couple of sentences that I wrote about myself 2 or 3 years ago, I realized that I had changed. So the more I connected with God, the more I no longer recognize the old me, right? So I feel like if I was to write that again, it would be completely different. I feel like, I will have to do a separate video talking about what I wrote in that in that, that's to that question, the few sentences that I wrote. But, looking back, I just want to say that, guys, you are constantly changing as a person. You're not the same person that you were yesterday or a few years ago. You are constantly growing and you have to keep playing catch up to recognize who you are and, you know, recognize who you are and learn who you are as well. And for my Christians out there, the more you connect with God and the Word of God and speak with Him, the more you learn about Him, is the more you can learn more about yourself as well. So guys, I'm going to leave this video here. I want to thank you guys so much, especially to those that are going to watch this video once I've posted it. Leave some comments in the question below. Like, let me know if you are going to be journaling this, if you're going to be getting to know yourself with me. I would love to know who's going to be joining me on this journey. And also let me know if I've missed anything from this video, and write down below who you are. I'd love to read that as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.